Maline was one of my initial two characters. She spawned somewhere in Blaman Mountains. Since no one else was online, I automatically ignored all the other people in the location and picked up everything not nailed to the floor. A typical newbie thing to do. Not recommended. I started burying a dead body, but since it didn't proceed in real time, I got bored and started walking down the road. If you were only allowed a single character, I probably would have gotten bored before she reached the end of the road. But in Cantr, you start with two characters, and it allows starting a new character every day up to 15, so I could play other people while Maline was traveling. For at least a couple of weeks, she didn't see a single soul. Then she ran into a couple of nice people who traded her a bit of iron for random crap she had stolen. They warned her about the mountains, by that, but by this point Maline had a map that showed the location of gold, and she wanted to make jewelry. She set off to travel across the mountains. This was right after the change that you could no longer mine iron directly, but had to make it from iron ore and limestone. She stumbled upon a location that had an old iron mining project with repeats left, so she helped the locals mine for iron and got some of it for herself. She also gathered gold to make some jewelry. She started traveling with a guy called Slaid Getchum, but when they got to the forest, a stranger attacked him and dragged him inside. Maline managed to run away and ended up in Sjoftich, asking for help. It was a large town at the time. They sent a rescue party to the forest, but it was too late. Maline wanted to start a memorial for Slade, but she never finished it. Maline returned to the mountains and found the town taken over by the barons. She was captured by them, but miraculously managed to escape in a bike cart or rickshaw. She was probably the only person ever to escape alive from the barons. She returned to Sjoftich suffering from post-traumatic stress and eventually stopped eating. Before her death, she converted to a religion called the Cantr and believed she was going to meet the keeper when she died. The main thing Maline was known for was being an artist. This was back when there was no image upload in the game, so if you wanted a picture on the server, you had to email it to a special email address. It was easier to use off-site hosting. Nowadays you can upload even large images, so there's no need to use PhotoBucket anymore. Anyway, it was difficult to be an artist back then, since you couldn't even customize items. If someone wanted to describe the pattern on the clothes, for example, they had to RP it separately to each person who saw them. Nowadays it's much easier when almost all the clothing can be customized.